Quad City sports fans of all ages, Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, J-Bird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
It's a terrific Tuesday out there, Quad Cityans. It's nice, sunny, and warm. J-Bird and T-Roy in the house. We are coming off a magical night of basketball. A champion has been crowned in the NCAA tournament. Congratulations to the Baylor Bears. What a game. Big news right after we got off air yesterday. We'll get to that. If you haven't heard, Sam Darnold traded from the Jets to the Carolina Panthers for a 6th round this year, a 2nd round, and a 4th round next year.
Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that later, how that kind of changes up the draft or what we know now, how the draft is looking. I know that there's been some talk about...
yeah, I already made my changes.
Well, I mean, Arizona is getting calls left and right for teams that want to trade up to the 4. Not Arizona, sorry, Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll be... I'll go through my picks 33 through 52, so Bear fans out there can figure out who maybe you're taking in the 2nd round.
All right. Yeah, but last night, so Baylor came out playing strong. Gonzaga did not. So, I mean, the defense forced
Jalen Suggs is for real, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
They really couldn't do much to stop him. But that Baylor defense was suffocating.
Yes. And there was a lot of things going on. I mean, Gonzaga, it's just seemed like the ball just wasn't going to fall.
Did they beat Illinois earlier in the year, Baylor?
You know, I don't know.
I don't remember if they did or if they played Illinois or not.
I don't remember. Let's see. As far as for Gonzaga goes, that is the... Obviously, that keeps the 76 team as the last one.
Yeah.
To go undefeated.
Watched it with Mookie, by the way. She actually watched it, Jay.
The game?
Yeah, and she felt bad for the kids that were crying.
Oh, yeah. So that leaves just 7 undefeated champions and none since 76, like I said. Gonzaga is the 3rd team whose only loss came in the title game, the 1961 Ohio State and the 1979 Indiana State are the other two. Since seeding began in 1979, Baylor, your champions, is the 3rd team to win the national title without any McDonald's All-Americans, joining the 2002 Maryland Terrapins and the 2014 UConn Huskies. So, like I said, Baylor just jumped out in a hurry. 29-10. I think some people... I heard different numbers where people were saying the total. So I think it
was 13-4 pretty early.
Yeah, but the over, I think by the time it tipped off, it was around 160, so the over doesn't hit. But I heard someone saying that they had it at 154.5, so maybe they teased it down or something like that. I know it was roughly anywhere from 159 to 160.5, and you would have thought that Gonzaga is easily making it to 80 points going into that. So you would have thought, more than likely, I'm assuming people hammered the over, but yeah, like I said, the 86-70 final score does not hit the over.
I know Thamba ended up fouling out, but they have that other kid with the last name I couldn't pronounce if you threw it in front of me 25 times. Those two were just insanely athletic. They were giving Timmy fits. And one of them, I think Thamba ended up fouling out. But then it was the other guy that kind of came in. Not as big as those two, like 6'5", they said. It was like... trying to think what his last name was, dang it. It's a loss for me. But he ended up with a lot of clutch, like offensive and defensive rebounds. Just really came in. I mean, the guy Butler was, I think he got player of the game. That dude was on fire from 3.
Yeah, Jared Butler had 22 points and 7 assists. He was named the tournament's most outstanding player, like you said. He's the first player to drop 20 points and 7 assists in the title game since Carmelo Anthony in 2003. Yeah, and I tell you what, I was just as happy as all could be for one shiny moment.
Yeah, who was the other guard they had? It was like Williamson or...
Let me take a look here.
Man, they just had there was just so many guys that were doing the pick and roll, driving the lane, dishing. It just that's a talented Baylor team, man. Good God.
Yeah, and
I guess I never really got to see him play all year until then.
To what for Bryce Drew? I mean, that's 18 years in the making since the 2003 scandal, and he took over and did that. So, I mean, good job for him. You can't say enough good things about Drew and what they did. Again, sorry for Gonzaga. Yeah, you don't like to see any kids crying or whatever else. Baylor gives the state of Texas just its second title. The other one was from Texas Western in 1966. So now the Big 12 adds a third team to its trophy case. Baylor joining Oklahoma State in 45 and 46, and Kansas in 52, 88, and 08. So congratulations to them. We have baseball scores from yesterday. I won $4 in DFS, by the way.
Look at you.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting better at this, right?
Man, you're...
The Angels beat the Astros 7-6. Did you see any of this?
No.
The Angel fan, somebody threw out an inflatable trash can. And then someone threw out a real trash can.
Mm-hmm.
And Dusty Baker was... It was just such a, quote of, can we just move on? There's so much hate out there. We paid our price. I just don't... anyone hasn't done anything wrong. No one's ever cheated on a test before. No one's ever cheated to do this. I mean, do we all live in glass houses? Let's just move on and not be haters. Let's just focus on what's going on. It couldn't be more of a, I don't know. And then Joe Madden just used to be inflatable beach balls. Now it's inflatable trash cans. It's I think they're just having fun out there. I don't think it really bothered the Astros too much. Well, apparently it did. Angels won that game 7-6. The Red Sox finally won a game. They beat the Tampa Bay Rays 11-2. Cubs beat the Brewers 5-3. Reds over the Pirates. Is that right? They're tied 3-1 with the Cubs in the Central. The Reds are. They won 5-3 over the Pirates. Royals over the Indians. They blanked them 3-0. Twins just beat up on the Tigers 15-6. Cardinals 4-1 over the Marlins. Yankees got a win over the Orioles. The Dodgers 10-3 winners over the Athletics. The Phillies beat the Mets 5-3. The Giants 3-2 winners over the Padres. The White Sox 6-0 over the Seattle Mariners, and the Blue Jays 6-2 of the Rangers. We have a game going on right now as we speak. The Twins are having first pitch in just a few minutes. And Casey Mize is making his major league debut for the Detroit Tigers. Then at 3 o'clock, you've got Atlanta at the Nationals. Also at 3 o'clock, Dylan Bundy is on the mound for the Angels against the Astros, Zach Greinke. And then all the rest of the games are at night. Happy birthday to Bert Blyleven. It is his 70th birthday today. So, yep, baseball, love it. So much that I might even bust out my week 1 power rankings today.
Are we missing out on the name Bert? I mean, we really haven't had a lot of Berts lately.
No.
Bert Blyleven and Bert Reynolds.
That's it.
And after that, we lost the Berts.
We really did.
I mean, Bert and Ernie, but,
I know a Bert. My grandpa was a Bert. But that is a name that is going to the wayside. Now...
Let's bring back the name Bert. Jeff.
Is it Robert and Bert Short or Burton? Because my grandfather was Burton.
I would say Burton.
Do you think Blyleven is Robert Blyleven? Or do you think it's just Burton?
I think it's Bert. Is it with a U or with an E?
Bert is with an E.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think he might be a Robert. That might be worth looking into.
I don't know. See, Robert's turned to Bob's.
What? Yeah, or Bobby's, or Robbie's.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
I like Bert, though. I like Bert.
Yesterday, we saw the debut of Aaron Rodgers on Jeopardy.
Yeah, did you see the joke that the dude wrote? He didn't know the final answer. He should have wrote down who really actually kicked that field goal.
Yeah, who really wanted to kick the field goal? And he goes, "That's a really good question." Because not the answer, but that's still a good question. You should get points for that. The fun thing about it is is that he really enjoys it. And if I get my quote right,
So you think he's going to retire from football?
no, he has a. I want to make sure I get the quote right. He has an idea of how to do it. And all right, so this is from Claire McNear of The Ringer, right? And she interviews Aaron Rodgers after the thing, and he is lobbying to be the permanent host of Jeopardy.
Okay.
Says, I don't think I need to give up football to do it. They film 46 days a year. I worked 187 this year in Green Bay. It would be a dream job for sure, and I'm not sure at all about saying I want the job. Look at him doing the math and being like, I can do this.
I'm with it.
I mean,
right?
Yeah,
I didn't get to watch it. Did he do really well?
I didn't get to watch it either.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure he did great. He loves it, so I'm sure he did great.
He just has to be able to pronounce the hard names. I mean, Trebek was a stud at that.
But you can always get someone in your ear doing that, right? But it's interesting, and it definitely would be a boost into it. It's not what Alex Trebek wanted.
Who did he want?
This was like an interview years ago on 60 Minutes or 2020, I think it was 60 Minutes. And like before his time of like where we're at now, he's like, the next host is not going to look like me. He's like, it will be a female or it will be of a minority. That's what he thought. If he goes, it was up to me, it wouldn't look like me. Now Aaron Rodgers doesn't look like Alex Trebek, but I mean, I know what I tell you what, they're going to have a lot of people watching.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you just get the person that's popular, maybe
charismatic, can trade. I mean, you have to be able to quick on your feet because after they come back from that first commercial, and I know what happens. Like he's already fed these things. Like when he's like, "Oh, interesting thing here says that you went to space camp with such and such," you know. But it's not like they're just feeding him. Hey, did you know this person? Like, there's a list of things. I told you I tried out for Jeopardy.
Yeah,
and there was like things like come up with all these stories or what's a fun fact that someone wouldn't know about you. Or is there anything fun that you, whatever. So you fill this all out beforehand. So, yeah.
I don't have a problem with Rodgers doing it.
I have no problem with Rodgers doing it. I mean, it sounds like he's got it figured it out. He's got it figured out, though, right? Also today, 1 o'clock, we're going to talk to Mike from Hidden Hills. We're going to start to get an idea on DFS, what we should be looking at. I'm hoping to talk to Jake from Elite Sportsbook today as well. I want to look at some golfers there for the Masters. Why am I so dumb that I didn't know that they weren't doing the par 3 challenge?
They're not.
Yeah, that's why everything got moved up. Because remember last week when we talked to Mike and Jake, I'm like, hey, can I talk to you on Tuesday? That way, like the par 3 challenge, if people are watching it or whatever else, like we'll already have our DFS in.
Where they weren't doing the par 3 challenge.
I was told last night they're not. Now we should probably fact check that before I say that thing, but. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's one of the favorite things. I mean, last year, you remember John Rahm skipped it across the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. From what I'm told, though. Wait. So they did it last year in November.
Yeah.
They're doing it this year then. I think I'm being told wrong. I'll look it up at break. Because what I was told was like, oh, it's really for the fans, and since there's not any fans. But now looking back on it, they just did it last year.
Last year. They did it in November. Yeah, someone's wrong.
Yeah, somebody's wrong. That's what I get.
That's a tradition, unlike any other, Jay. Come on.
Unlike any other, yeah. Before we do take the break, though, let's rip the Band-Aid off of this one.
Oh, God. Where are you going?
Well, yesterday I was very strong in saying that the Major League Baseball All-Star Game will be in Texas.
Not.
Supposedly it's not.
Mm-hmm.
We have to address this. Because... do your research, folks. I encourage you to do this stuff because right away I'm looking at some posts and I'm looking at what people are saying and I'm seeing what the governor of Georgia is saying and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. What's with the voting laws here thing, whatever else? It's a persuasive argument no matter what you want to do here. You can look at it and say, oh, look, these voting laws are more strict. They have to have an ID also. Or you only have 15 days, or it's 14 days to get your absentee in, whereas the Georgia was 17. We're nitpicking here,
right?
But Colorado has a much higher absentee ballot turnout than they do. They do a great job. They're number 2 in actual voter turnout in the nation. 99% of their votes actually come from like absentee ballots. You only really have to show your ID the first time, or not. You have to log your ID the first time you do it. There's a lot to dive into, is what I'm saying. Before we sit there and say Major League Baseball made the wrong choice, it's kind of like you are making an argument because you don't want something to happen to your red state. That's what it kind of looks like in the end. Yeah,
but when the laws are very similar,
mm-hmm.
What the hell's the difference? Why'd you move it then?
That's where it also gets a little foggy, because the argument is that the new law in Georgia stopped the polling places on Sundays, and the argument is that African American churches, there was this movement that was called quote unquote, and this I'm telling you, I'm direct quoting it. Take your souls to the polls. But the turnout, if you look at the numbers, the turnout on Sunday is minor. The voting, it really is. Like it's like at the 1%, less than 1% of total votes. So the argument like, oh, it's closed on Sunday to stop the African American vote is not true.
Right.
So that argument there.
Listen, they had what I said the first time. They had a kind of a. It was all kind of crazy and all over the place their last election. Obviously, it was one of the most heated points of what was going on during everything that was being. All right.
Yep, I'm with you.
But that being said, they just tried to come in with rules that are very similar to other states and establish some guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
So it's insane. I'm sorry. Wherever I don't. Yeah, you already know how I feel about it. So.
Well, I think it's a rush to judgment. To me, I think it's interesting. Now think about this. Coca-Cola came out and said, and Delta said, like, oh, we don't agree with the voting laws, but hey, we're based out of Atlanta, don't boycott us. That's basically what they have to do, right? That's your PR. We didn't like it either, folks, but what can we do? We're here to make Coca-Cola. We're here to fly you places. We're not here to make laws. We don't agree with it. Please don't boycott us. I get that, all right? Now you want sponsorships. Now Keith Olbermann and other people are saying sponsorships should pull out of the Masters, right? Well, I guess I can just throw a dart at any major sponsorship and I'll hit one and say, are they going to pull out of the Atlanta Speedway for July 11th? That's 2 days earlier than the All-Star game? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I am getting a text about the par 3 thing.
What's that?
It's from Brad.
Yeah.
It says no par 3 contest again this year. So maybe
it was a replay from the year before the John Rahm, and then we just were watching it because everyone was.
Or it was just maybe they were just out there practicing. Maybe it was just a practice round.
Well, I don't like it. So.
All right, I'm with you.
And Mikey's right, I guess, or whatever. Sure, the home run derby will be more exciting in Colorado. Not really. Yeah. It's fine either way, whatever you do. I don't know anyone who sits there and says they get geeked out about it. I mean, it's fine to gamble on, if you ask me, but I'd rather see. All right, what would if Ohtani's in the home run derby? Mm-hmm. My ears are perked up.
Okay.
Right away. Is there anybody else out there? I know my brothers always said, let the pitchers get into it. But no one wants to see their pitcher like straining an oblique trying to go yard.
Right.
No one wants to see that.
Yeah. Let Jake Arrieta in.
Yeah, whoever's been... I think Zach Wheeler hit a home run too, whatever else so far this season as a pitcher. Madison Baumgartner's always said he wanted to be in it. So
you want to see Mike Trout in it. You want to see Aaron Judge, right?
Judge was in it 2 years ago, and that's when he was like just pissing all over the ball, oppo and everything else. I mean, he would blink and that thing would just go a line drive over the shot. And I think he ended up losing in the finals though, which is weird. Tired himself out. I don't know. There's just controversy everywhere. So And now the All-Star game is just going to be, no matter what happens, no matter what goes on here, when we open up, there's going to be a monologue of some sort by whoever, by Joe Buck or somebody, talking about how this game was originally supposed to be played in Atlanta, but Major League Baseball took a hard stance against the voting.
You'll have to read it to me, Jake, because I won't watch the goddamn thing.
Okay. Well, all right.
Taking my stand.
Yeah, right. April 6, 1958.
April 6, 1958, Jack Nicklaus wins his first Masters.
63 years ago, Jack Nicklaus did not win his first Masters.
Dang it. Arnold Palmer won it.
Arnold Palmer won the 1958 Masters, his first career major championship. Now, what is interesting about this is there was controversy behind this. Do you know? Or you know this? This sounds like something I want to talk to Dennis about, to be honest with you.
I tried to call Dennis before I came in. He didn't answer the phone.
I wonder how come.
I don't know. You know he's not working.
Yeah.
He doesn't work for a living. I do not know what the controversy was.
Well, I read a little bit about it. All right, so it was on the 12th hole, and what he would have was a double bogey, all right? And I did read about this earlier this morning. So he's up against this other guy. The guy's got a one-stroke lead coming up behind him, and it's basically these two are distancing themselves from the third guy that they're playing with. So it's known right now in the back nine. It's coming down between Palmer and who was the other guy? All right. Anyway, I'll get to it. All right. Doug Ford and Fred Hawkins. All right. So he shot a -4. The other one shot -3. So he had what he thought was a bad lie. And as the guy that he's with, they start walking up to the green. Palmer just thinks he has a provisional. And he's like, I'm going to drop. I'm going to hit. So he ends up knocking it in, and what would have been would have been a 5, he ended up taking a 3, and he wins the tournament. They had to go, it was like a 13th hole about right after they did the drive that the judges came in, and they're like, we need to figure this out, if it should have been a provisional lie or not. They actually brought someone out who wasn't a judge that year, but is known as was a Masters expert up until then, and they all came together and they gave it to him that he could have the provisional lie, yeah. So it was a little bit controversial. 2 weeks later, SI ran an article about that hole 12 and about how important it has been in the Masters. And that was written by Warren Wind. And that is the article in 1958 that coined the nickname Amen Corner. Because there's so many times that weird things have happened in that hole where someone has had like a chip in to take the lead. You have something like this, and it's all a matter of just a prayer, and it's Amen Corner. And that's how they got the name.
Well,
from that SI article. So those are I like that stuff. It's fun. Palmer. After that, Palmer went on to win 7 majors, all in a 7-year span from 58 to 64. His 4 Masters victories: 58, 60, 62, and 64. Ranks third behind Jack Nicklaus, 6, and Tiger Woods with 5. Is it going to be sad not having Tiger Woods in the Masters this year for you, T-Ray?
Yes.
All right. Have you filled out your sheet at Harrington's Pub?
No, that's why I called Dennis and trying to figure out what the deal is. So I got to stop there at some point next 2 days.
I got to find some people. I know we'll do our DFS, but you got to get some long shots in there.
Yeah, and why don't we go over at break? I'll figure it out during break, and then I'll announce who I want.
Yeah, well, I'll pull up the odds if you want, or we'll go through the field and everything. All right? Yeah. So, let's take a break. We'll be right back at ESPN Don't Hassle Us Local, and we'll take a look at a little bit of Masters, what we like for odds. We are going to talk about DFS at 1, but we also have the Sam Darnold trade to look at as well.
Yep,
and where Teddy Two Gloves is going to end up, or is he?
All right, boys. Front Street Brewery is the oldest pub in Iowa, nestled right along the bank of the mighty Mississippi, serving Davenport since 1992 with great beers like the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, the Raging River, and everyone's favorite, the Cherry Bomb Blonde. Remember, the restaurant is at 208 East River Drive, and the tap room is the Flay House Complex, so please get down and stop in today at Front Street Brewery. All right, so what do we got for odds on DFS?
Oh, the DFS.
Hey, this is Goose, PA announcer for the Quad City Storm, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're
Baseball
Local.
is back, and you can catch every swing of the bat, every double play, and every strikeout at Circle Tap in Davenport. Watch every 17 flat screen games, or enjoy their beautiful outdoor patio. Get $1 Bud family drafts during every Chicago baseball game and take advantage of their daily food and drink specials. Plus, enter to win your favorite Chicago baseball team swag bag. It's valued at over $200. Enjoy great food, great drinks, and great friends all baseball season long at the Circle Tap, West Locust Street, Davenport.
We need the forklift over here.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Okay, those molds need to be adjusted. The shippers are coming at noon, so we gotta get this done.
Like at Dennis's plastic startup, to stay flexible, he needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Fun, saving money. Not fun, utility bills. Fun, generating your own clean, renewable energy. Not fun, flushing dollar bills down the toilet. Fun, calling Square One Solar for a no pressure, free in-home estimate and getting a free solar phone charger. Not fun, paying your electric bill for the rest of your life. Let Square One Solar show you the benefits of solar. Over a decade of solar experience. Financing available, and for a limited time, buy one solar panel, get one free. Get your free solar analysis today. Square One Solar. Make the solar switch.
Nissan believes you deserve a car that thrills you. So we have to ask, does your car thrill you? When you hit the pedal, do you get something back? A chill in your spine? Goosebumps on your goosebumps? When you take off, do your fingers tighten around the steering wheel? Does your heart beat in your stomach and your breath catch in your chest? Does driving make you feel alive? Because it should. And if your car doesn't thrill you, ours will. This is the new Nissan.
I love getting free shirt.
For real, free shirt is always awesome. Did you see this shirt?
That shirt's crazy. Where did you get that?
QC Custom Tees. They all about free shirt this time of year. They have a sweet deal going on right now where you buy 25 hoodies for $25 each and get free shirt with every hoodie purchase.
Wait, so you mean I can order 25 hoodies and when I pick them up, I get to take a shirt when I pick them up?
Actually, you can take 25 shirts when you pick them up. If you need more,
Your
you can
top
order
5.
50
We'll go from
hoodies
there,
and
okay?
the
He's
price
got.
drops
Here's your
to
top
$2.
6 that are all 10 or more.
Holy
Starting at the top at actually level 5. DJ, John Rahm at 11.
You should go to QC
Bryson at
Custom
10.8.
Tees now and take advantage
Tom
of the free
JT at
shirt they're
10.6.
offering
Rory at
before the
10.2.
special disappears.
Shafley
Great
at
idea.
10,000.
I just need to take care of one thing first. Do you know where the bathroom is?
Time is limited. This deal won't last long. Go to their website, QCCustomTees.com, or find them
You
on
want the two
Facebook.
top guys?
QC Custom Tees.
I'm Ari Wolf with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. It's now a safe bet that the Jets will take a quarterback with their
How are you
second
gonna afford
overall
this?
pick in the upcoming draft. After they traded starter Sam Darnold to the Panthers, Carolina will send a 6th-round pick this
9-4.
season and a 2nd and 4th-round selection in 2020.
So you got 18, you get 6. Just like 633, 6033.
who had an up and down 3 seasons in New York. As for what it means for last year's starting Panthers quarterback Teddy Bridgewater, NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reports Carolina will likely now try to trade him as well. Elsewhere, Aaron Rodgers says his future in Green Bay remains.
Well, I know he's not. I know he's a little bit more than
Packers
that.
QB
Can I throw
appeared
some
on
out
the
at
Pat
you?
McAfee
You
show
can
Monday.
afford him and then get
Said
someone in
his
the 5s and
ending
try to average it
season
out.
2020
Oh, I gotta get
may have
averages
thrown a
first?
wrench into
Yeah, your
timeline.
average for the 3. Yeah. You have 6,000. Yeah, you have 18,000.
And the Lions are signing veteran corner Quentin Dunbar to a 1-year deal. Dunbar has 10 interceptions in 64 career games and played for Seattle last
Sergio
season.
Garcia,
This has been
7-9.
NFL Network Now on the Westwood
He's
One
hitting them all.
Radio Network.
Put him in your Harrington. Okay, now you want what do you want numbers?
Give me somebody in
and a platinum filter for just $26.48. They're like the only couple you don't mind inviting over. They help you with your car,
very low
they save you money,
Tommy Fleetwood
and
at 8.
they never display their
Sergio
affection
7.9,
publicly.
Fitzpatrick at 8.1.
That's Napa full synthetic and a platinum filter
Watson
for
at 7.8,
$26.48.
Casey at
Quality
7.7,
parts,
Adam
helpful
Scott at
people.
7.6.
That's Napa know-how.
Day at 7.5. Louis, 3,000. 7.5. Okay. It's going to put you at 5.3 left.
And start making a lifetime of memories, there's something you should remember: the value of working with a realtor. A realtor is more than an expert in the field who abides by a code of ethics. A realtor is your neighbor and your ally, someone who puts your agenda ahead of theirs, someone who understands your dreams and has the expertise to make them a reality. Finding the right place starts with you and a realtor, and the doors we open together. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
So yeah, these are all at
Follow
6
us on
here.
Facebook for the latest sports
Basically,
news
you
and
got
join
to
the
go on the bottom of the barrel. You go
This
to
is
stars
the
and
Quad
scrubs. You got to
Cities
find someone
sports
out of
leader,
Ian
ESPN
Woosman, Steve
1170
Lyle,
AM.
Larry Mize, Jay Long, Streb, Olzabal, Mike Weir. Olzabal, yeah. He's a not too done too bad. Oh, welcome back.
All right, everybody, we're back.
Just taking a look at a little, taking a look ahead at a little DFS action here on for the golf for Masters this week. I did listen to a little bit of a podcast today.
Did you?
Yeah. So I'm pretty much a golf expert now, or a Masters expert.
You are.
Not really, but I do, like I'm telling you, if you guys go out there to Harrington's and get into this Masters pool, you've got to find some people that are gonna surprise you, and my surprise is Sergio Garcia.
I don't like Sergio.
You may not like him, but he's hitting the ball pretty well. The only thing he's got to do, this is what I understand, because I like to regurgitate what I hear on my jocks.
Yeah.
He's got to eliminate the 3 putts. Like in the last 15 years. Well, that's not next. I think even when he did win it, I know, and I can't remember how long ago it was, but all the winners had putted three times, had 3 putted 2 times or less. That's for the entire 4 days. So Sergio, but he's striking the ball long now, averaging 308.
Give me, guys. What was my average I can spend right now? 63.
6,033. You have 3 spots left. You have filled up your first 3 spots with complete studs.
Well, give me some names
that are in the 6,000 range.
Yeah,
I told you already. Ian Woosnam, Steve Lyle, Larry Mize, something long starts with a J. R. Streb, he's 8 of 15 in cuts, and he has 1 top 10 so far. I like him. The one guy that you said that I didn't say his name right, Olazabal.
Jose Marie Olazabal.
There you go. He's made 5 out of 6 cuts. He has 1 top 10.
I'll take Olazabal.
All right, there's 1. Who else we have? We have a Jay Herman. We have a Mike Weir.
Get Mike Weir, I said.
I don't think you can do that.
Said I could.
It's 6-1, and you have 6. He's 6.
Well, don't give me names of guys I can't get.
Wait, you can do it. You can take him. Who you want, Mike Weir?
Yeah.
Okay, now you have to take a 6,000 guy.
All right, give me all 6,000 guys.
Let's go with R. Streb. He's 8 of 15 cuts. He's got 1 top 10. Or you want to do a Larry Mize, 14 of 15 cuts.
Any other ones?
No, Cabrera's out. He's made 5 of 6. He's old. Jay Long, 0-0. Who is this? Is this rookie Jay Long?
I don't know.
He doesn't even have his pitcher. How'd this guy get in? You got a sponsor exemption?
Probably an amateur.
Let's go with the amateur. No. It's Cinderella story.
No. Trying to win this money.
Okay, so it's got to be Herman, Streb, Long, Mize, Lyle, Woosnam. Don't do Woosnam. Don't do Lyle.
I'll do Streb. Fine.
Yes! Dude, he looks like a guy who likes to party, too. He, unfortunately, his pitcher, though, he's got a tan line, so you know he's been wearing his hat too much. He's got his face is like a little red in his picture. I mean, come on, you're a professional golfer.
You know where your hat, dude.
I know, but I mean, he's got the tan line and everything else. Other than that, he really looks like... Well, Streb, he looks like he really likes to do... He likes to do things in... He looks like a youth pastor.
Okay.
That's what he looks like. So, good for him. He's now made it to our team. And we'll see. I'm gonna submit it, and we're gonna see how you do with what Mike's gonna give us when we talk to Mike. So yes, the Masters is coming up.
Yeah. So everybody knows what I took.
Mm-hmm.
DJ, John Rahm,
yep,
Jordan Spieth,
yep,
Jose Maria Olazabal,
mm-hmm.
Mike Weir, and this Streb fella, Jay Lobo.
Well, I can tell you mine would be a little bit different.
Okay.
I would take JT.
Okay, let's see what.
And Bryson.
Okay.
And Sergio.
JT, Bryson.
Well, I'm going to put it in right now, and then I'm going to see if Mike, if I can just always edit it. I want to see if I can do mine. I can't, because I can do it. I don't care if people say, "Oh, Mike, won't listen to it." You're going to listen. You guys can listen to my. You can hear my DFS picks too, but yeah.
I have the microphone, and I'll say any damn thing I want.
That's right. Oh wait, we're in this 3 times. Did I do? Oh well. That's yours. That's fine. All right. So what I tell you, I'm taking Thomas.
JT.
Yep, 10-6.
Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah, man, I tell you what. You better not hit that in the rough. That's all I know, because I heard about that. And then Sergio. All right, and I got 6. All right, so who do I... Oh, I got to figure out... let's see.
Yeah.
No. I got to find cool guy, Tommy Fleetwood. What did I tell you was? He's at 8-8? Okay.
8-1 or something.
Oh, I can't even do it. I'm over the 6,000.
You can't get your guy.
Well, I can. I have to decide between...
Yes, Erickson, I know I said I'd take Brooks, and he's not that healthy, and I'm not taking him right after.
I'm not taking Brooks.
Not right after an injury. Sorry.
He's an injury, yeah. He's a liability. Oh, did
I had him down as my guy to win it. I had to change that.
Yeah, you did. That's right. Oh, wait, I might be able to pull this off.
I like Spieth. Oh. I like Spieth to win it.
Guess who's coming onto the team after Tommy Fleetwood just made it? He brought it down. I put in...
You put in Fleetwood?
I put in Westwood, not Fleetwood.
Yeah.
So the Westwood was more, but now I got Fleetwood, cool guy Tommy Fleetwood on my team. And then guess who's coming? The youth pastor himself, Streb.
So you got Fleetwood, Westwood, and Streb?
That's right.
Fleetwood, Westwood, and Streb.
Yep, and then listen, I've got 6-7 left, and here's who I can put on my team. This guy whose last name sounds like something you say after someone sneezes.
Well, did you take Fleetwood or Westwood?
Fleetwood!
Okay.
Bezuidenhout.
Bezuidenhout?
Yeah, that's the name.
Spell it again.
Bezuidenhout. He's made 8 out of 8 cuts. He's got 1 top 10. Do I want him? Do I want Kisner? Do I want Fratelli? Do I want Kim? Or Phil Mickelson? Ooh, or former champion Danny Willett?
Fratelli.
You think Fratelli? From the Goonies?
Yeah. So take off Wuzenhout?
No, yeah. Well, he's got 8 of 8 cuts and he's got 1 top 10.
No, you take Fratelli.
He's got...
Well, then take him then.
He's averaging more... I'm taking the Gazoon type guy.
Presumed.
Yep. That is a team right there. That's going to win me $1,000. That's how you turn $2 into $1,000, T-Ray. There's listeners out there. Yeah, that's right. Speaking of...
I think Speed's going to win it this year. I think Speed's going to win it this year. He's playing well again. Just my thought.
But he just got... Okay, he hasn't... That was his first major since 2017 that he won the Texas, right?
Oh, it wasn't a major. It was for his first win.
No, he hasn't. But he hasn't won, he hasn't had a win on the tour since 2017.
Yeah. And he's been close a lot this year, so... He's playing well.
I like how he handled the whole thing. That he just was like, yeah, I should win the Texas Valero Open. Everyone else isn't golfing right now. I'm
right.
You know, it's not like I'm Spieth. It's just kind of like, this isn't, I'm not going to bring my family out. I'm not going to hold my kids. We're not going to take kisses and pictures. Like, we're here to win, move on, and focus on next week. So, but I don't know. These guys were bringing up metrics that I wouldn't even think about, and so that's how they came up with Thomas. They all kind of pissed on Bryson. They feel like they got bamboozled in November when he didn't win it, but I can't do that to Bryson.
You're in your man card.
I can't.
I
mean, I just want to be a part of it when it happens.
Yeah.
You know, say I told you when. I told you it was going to happen. So the Masters and the Ryder Cup is about the only time, folks, that I really will watch and pay attention to golf. So this is going to lead into Sunday afternoon, and also a reminder, on Sunday at Pines 13-year anniversary, we'll have the return of Sundays with Brundies. Doug Brundies will be playing on the Pardio, weather cooperating, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
And
should be cooperating.
Should be some comfy seats. Yeah, and then the Sunday night will be night number 2 of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So we'll have that on as well. So we got all kinds of things going on.
Let me look at the weather channel, Jay, see what it's telling us.
We still got baseball ahead of us. Boy, oh boy. Good times had by all. All right.
Supposed to be 67 and sunny.
So yesterday, the trade happens roughly close to 3 o'clock. And that is Sam Darnold to the Pants. If you listened yesterday, we had Emily Van Buskirk in. She did a mock draft with T-Roy. They did a fantastic job breaking everything down. Just carried the show. I literally carried it for an hour and 40 minutes with all the stuff they knew, all the people involved in there. And then we get done, and I'm voice to texting as I'm driving because the breaking news is coming in, telling you and Emily, and get ready. And she was like, for what? And I was like, I don't know, some draft picks, I'll figure it out. And it wasn't until I sat down next to you and I was like, I don't like what the Jets got. Apparently CBS Sports loves it. They think that they got an A on this draft. Great the trade.
I kind of like it too.
So the Jets already have the number 2 draft pick. So in a draft that's big with QB talent, we've been through that. So now they get a day 2 draft pick, and
next year.
Yeah, in the future, and then they also get, they get in the 6th round this year, 2022 second round pick and a 2022 4th round pick. All right, the argument here is going to be, when I say they didn't give up enough, people are going to come back with, how can that be? Sam Darnold was the league worst passing rating. He had a 72.7 with the Jets last season. But his coach, the front office, he was pressured a league high 42.4% of his dropbacks in 2020. I flat out said to you, I hope he goes on and wins 3 MVPs. Here's the thing, and this is what I wrote to Emily. If Emily's going to sit here and say the Jets always find a way to Jets up the draft, that would be it then. And we won't know for a couple years. Right. We won't know what's going to happen. I mean, obviously everyone's big on Zach Wilson. But now I'm listening to people that are like, well, Justin Fields is basically just as good as Trevor Lawrence. It depends on who you're talking to. But it also depends on the scouts and who's representing who. So, but Zach Wilson's going to have trouble. He's going to go through it too. He's going to go through trouble. So now Teddy Two Gloves says, well, basically the Panthers are like, yeah, we're going to find a home for you.
To Teddy?
Yeah. They said, yeah, we're willing to trade you, but will you go ahead and do the work and find a team for us?
Really?
So he's going to go shop himself somewhere, but the question is where?
Well, Chicago.
If Chicago doesn't do something to trade up, and then why Teddy Two Gloves? Now they have Nick Foles' career backup. Teddy Two Gloves. I'm sorry, I know he started, but how many years ago? He came in.
The injury ruined his career. So I mean, that's what you got to look at. But where else could he go? I mean,
I can't. I've been trying to think about it. Tyrod Taylor already went down to Houston.
Yeah,
he could go. Could he? Does he want to bet on himself again and go back up in like he did in New Orleans?
Or does he go back? He had success when he was in New Orleans.
Maybe.
Does he go back there? It's possible.
Who needs him? Make a quarterback. Hey, make a quarterback.
The teams that would need him are going to draft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
make a quarterback. So here's where you're at then. Make a quarterback competition in New York Giants. Can you see that?
Yeah. Washington.
Let's see, CJ's already down in Jacksonville. Gardner Minshew's already down in Jacksonville. I would love it if the Bears traded for Gardner Minshew, by the way. I need that character in my life. So he's not going to Jacksonville. He's not going to go back up in Miami.
I don't think he's going to Houston.
I don't think he's going to Houston. Well, they're going to need him if Deshaun doesn't play, though.
Yeah. That's a possible spot.
That is a possible spot, but Houston doesn't have anything to trade for him.
Back to New Orleans or back to Houston?
Houston doesn't have anything to trade for him.
Right.
Kansas City.
No.
Why not be a backup? You know who their backup is?
No, I don't.
Exactly, because we forgot. Remember when Patrick Mahomes gets hurt a little bit? It's probably some guy that's got one of those.
Oh, it was Chad Henne.
Okay, I was going to guess it's someone with an N, like a Brandon or a Braden or something. I don't know.
The Braid.
Yeah.
Definitely a Braid.
But it's Chad Henne. So he could go there, get a ring, back up Patrick Mahomes. He's not. All right. He could he go to Denver? Battle with Drew Lock.
Possibly, but I think now, I mean, that being said, with this draft, I think Denver gets quarterback. I just had him flip the draft pick with Carolina. Carolina's not taking a quarterback now. They're taking linebacker Micah Parsons, so if they're taking that, I mean, Denver doesn't get him. Denver takes Justin Fields, in my mock.
Uh-huh.
Or
okay.
It's either Fields or Trey
They
Lance.
don't need anything.
It'll end up either being, to my eyes, it'll end up being Fields, Trey Lance.
What if there's a 3-team trade and Russell Wilson goes to the Bears, Teddy Two Gloves goes to Seattle, and the Bears send... I have to really break this one down. What do you mean, nah?
Come on, dude. No, that's not happening.
Why not?
The Bears already offered the kitchen sink to get Russell Wilson.
Yeah, but now Teddy Two Gloves is in the mix.
That doesn't excite anybody, Jay.
Russell the Love Muscle does have a good nickname, though. So, I don't know if that's his nickname, but Teddy Two Gloves is good, too, though.
Yeah.
All right, is there anywhere... All right, Raiders? But they like their backup.
But they like Carr.
And they like Mariota. They're fine.
Mariota has a better chance of being good in this league than Teddy Two Gloves.
Right. I'm telling you, the places
Mariota looked really good in that game.
The places for him to go are few and far between. And right now, I think the best spot for him is the New York Giants.
Is Mariota still a free agent, by the way? Or did they re-sign him? I think he was a free agent. He might still be.
Well, we could that's about the only other way. Right now, I think it's the New York Giants. And I don't know where they're at on cap space or anything like that. But even though the owner came out and said that he thinks they can win with Danny Dimes, I think it's something to look into.
Okay, good luck with that.
Atlanta trades for him?
No. I mean, he's a backup at best. I don't know. I mean,
he is a backup. I'm telling you, he's not a starter unless you are in a problem. And there's a reason why they traded for a quarterback. Because he's not a starter. How long has he been in the league now?
Right. Uh-oh. Is this fair?
I hope it's someone telling me I'm dead on about the Bears.
Yeah.
I hope it's Ryan Pace, GM Ryan Pace.
Totally
Jay, you have a job. Get this deal done.
Welcome to the show. Who do we got on the line?
Hey, guys. It's Adam. How you guys doing today?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I was just thinking, what about Indy backing up the injury-prone Carson Wentz for Teddy?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, Teddy's serviceable as a backup. I don't hate
Dude, he's
Teddy.
great against the spread. We've pointed that out.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
he's just...
And the other thing I want to say is great show yesterday. I found myself taking notes for fantasy football next year. Man, she was talented.
Oh, yeah.
You guys brought in grade A talent.
Yeah,
she's got some good knowledge, man.
She's got some great stories too. It's more fun to have her in studios when we can have it. But when she shares stories with Mike Leach, or when she has hung out, she has hung out with the majority of ACC coaches and SEC coaches. So she's got stories with Coach O, and just all kinds of, and obviously like a lot of the assistants at Alabama, not so much with Saban, he kind of keeps himself, she says, but the assistants and everything. So she gets an insight that you just wouldn't understand. And it's also like when we talk to Rosso too. Those are the things that are the most fun to talk about, because when Rosso would go to the combine, it was the stories that he would share talking with other reporters that are beat reporters, that you would get the inside knowledge of where the teams are actually headed for the draft, and that's what she brings, and that's what Ross always brought as well. But and don't sell my boy short over here. T-Roy held his own though.
Oh yeah, no, they both did for sure. Mm-hmm. No, I was also listening to radio too that they were saying that Miami now is a front runner if Watson ever has anything happen now, because of New York making the move this year with getting rid of Darnold, and Carolina's kind of out of that mix now too with taking Darnold. So the real only people out there that could afford a Watson is Miami now, since all that went down. Yeah. I agree with you, Jay. I think the Jets got taken. I mean, to me, that Zach, I think he's another Darnold. I mean, you put him in the same situation. They're the same guy to me. I mean, maybe I'm probably wrong, but I hope I'm not. But it just looks to me like it's, scenario 2.0 for him.
We don't know anything about Sam. He's the number 3 pick in the 2018 draft. Am I correct? Is that what it was? The number 3 in 2018? He's actually 3 or 6 months younger than Joe Burrow. He still has a lot and he has a lot left. And he was at the Jets, like I said. He was pressured a league high 42.4% of the time.
He's getting reunited with Robbie Anderson now.
Yeah. And the Jets, Gase, everything. Like, it just was brutal. The front office, just bad. And so, like I said, I hope he does well in Carolina. Like Matt Rule as a coach. I I didn't like what the Jets got out of it, to be honest. I figured, this guy is 3 years off, and the Panthers have him in his rookie contract still, and they only had to give up 6th round this year, a 2nd round, and a 4th round. That's crazy to me. It's crazy.
Do you think that's showing that maybe Deshaun is in more trouble than what everybody thinks? That if New York's willing just to throw that out there, just to, so they're not getting caught, not making a move.
This will be
Do you think there's something to say that?
If this whole thing is complete fabricated, and what number were we at? 21, 23? If it's fabricated, and this is one of the worst screw-over jobs. Forget about the Montreal screw job or whatever else. This is one of the worst screw-over jobs to an individual in professional sports, and since I can remember, if someone's doing this to just tarnish his image. That being said, how do you get that many stories? T-Ray's right. You 2 people can pull off a scam. But you keep going more than that, those stories all have to collaborate, and that's not easy to do. So I don't even think he's going to play this year, but that's me speculating recklessly, and I admit it. But I don't know what you would give up, and do you want that liability? In this day and age, do you want that at all? And like that woman said from 2019, said, well, he's going to get traded, and he's going to have a whole new, different area, environment that he can get masseuse. And who knows who's, at this point, the rest of his life, even if it is all fabricated, hey, it's going to be like in his contract. Do you not have masseuse, or we're going to have we're going to only hire team masseuse, and you're going to have 3 people in the room with you. It's terrible. It's awful. So I just don't know what the package you could put together for him, and I don't know what the fan base would do. That's the terrible thing about it. But the Dolphins thing, I don't know.
With reaction to everything that goes on these days, people are going to lose it if he's starting this year at all. If any of this is true.
Yeah. So anyway, going back to it though, I like the trade for Sam Darnold. I think he was in a lose-lose situation. I think once they brought someone in, they automatically get controversy. And it wasn't me that said it. Someone else was like, I think it was Mark Sanchez. He's like, the moment he goes 3 and out, he's going to get booed by the Jets fans, and they're going to demand that the rookie comes in anyway. So it's a good fresh start for him. And he doesn't have the New York media.
Sure.
Yeah. I think he has a better coach than what he had. And, that's why, and like Jason, the pressure is staying with the rookie behind him. It was a no-win for him to stay.
Yeah, but I still don't see the weapons there to still make him successful.
DJ Moore is, I think he would have had a breakout year last year if it hadn't been for the fact that Teddy Two Gloves kind of didn't live up to the hype that they were hoping. But they got Robbie Anderson to stretch the field. Christian McCaffrey being hurt, as long as he was a huge impact on that team. That with him being healthy, Darnold didn't have anything close to a weapon like that at New York at all. Not even anything close. So
yeah, I was referring to Zach going.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the deal.
Kenny Galladay?
No, they got Corey Davis.
Corey Davis, yes.
They got Corey Davis now. Corey Davis is a very good receiver. I'm a big Corey Davis fan, and he kind of fell into the shadow of not John Smith, but A.J. Brown. But I think what you're looking at with the Jets, with obviously the pick at 2, the pick at 23, and then the pick at 34, they'll be able to get protection. Get him running. And I'm going to go through the draft. I got picks 33 through 52 coming up here in a little bit. I think with addition to Corey Davis and that, and I think they get him some weapons. I think they're going to look good. So.
Well, you have to, or you're going to end up with the same scenario.
Yeah, and I just think they have a better. I think they have a better outlook to it. I like the coach. I like the hire they did. I love Saleh as coach.
Yeah, but what do you do to your fans? You go, the best we're going to do is 4th in the division? Because the best they're going to do is 4th in the division.
Maybe, yeah.
Come on.
All right.
That's what they get. They go, well, hey, right now the best we're going to do is 4th, so just bear with us. And, okay. So have fun with that, Jets fans.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
You have a good day.
Thank you for the phone call.
All right,
Appreciate you,
take
Adam. Yep, take care. All right. We got to take a break here at ESPN 1170 AM. When we come back, we'll talk to Mike from Hidden Hills. And then when we come back, then we'll talk to Mike from Hidden Hills, what his DFS lineup is, and then we'll look at your draft. And then end with my draft. We have cash code giveaway. My DFS for MLB, and then power rankings. All right.
All right, Quad City, stop going to social media sites asking everybody for suggestions on where to grab some lunch or get a tattoo. All you need is your Locals Loves guide. It has an easy-to-navigate table of contents to help you find what you're looking for, or go to localsloves.com on your smartphone. Click on Quad Cities and browse your favorites. It's easy to use, and they even rank all the popular places for you. So please check them out today. That's Locals Loves. They're your guide to the best.
I said, give me a hell yeah!
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Hey, do you have time to go to Vegas with me?
Time?
Yes.
No.
No,
3 days
not
ago, Dick.
Vegas. I'm talking about Vegas, right here in the Quad Cities.
I've never heard of like Vegas. Tell me more.
Oh, they're safe and
Tomorrow
secure
is
gaming
7th or
cafes
is
with
it 8th?
6
When am I letting the
locations.
plumber
What
guy?
kind
7th
of
or
games
8th?
do they have
I
there?
can go back
And
on my text.
they've got beer, right?
They have the latest
Okay,
games
I'll look
provided
back
by
on
Gem.
that.
And yes,
That's if the product. Eddie says the audio is goofy.
to find out more about their locations and hours, they're open. Visit
The what?
VegasGamingCafeIL.com.
Brad just said you
Own
can
a
hear
small
some of the
business,
commercial.
You know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Looking for a job with a stable company where hard work and good attitudes are rewarded with advancement opportunities? XPAC in Milan, Illinois, the Quad Cities' leading logistics provider, has immediate openings on the first and second shifts. Start your career and enjoy attendance incentives, great benefits, and teamwork that makes a difference. Make XPAC your new work family. Apply online at xpac.com. That's XPAC.com. XPAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, this is Jim, president of Amerifile Tax Centers. COVID may make it difficult to get your taxes prepared this year. That's why I have installed drive-through windows at Amerifile in both Moline and Davenport. Here's what you do. Gather up all of your tax documents and simply drop them off at Amerifile's drive-through window. It will take less than 2 minutes, answer a few questions, and Amerifile does the rest. Stay safe in your car and have your federal and state taxes professionally prepared. Amerifile clients get the maximum tax refunds with free Chick-fil-A sandwiches. Bring in a copy of last year's taxes done by H&R Block or any other preparer, and we will cut your tax prep fees in half, guaranteed. You want your tax refund, but you also need to be safe. For the safest way to get your taxes prepared, drop off your tax stuff at Amerifile's drive-thru windows and never leave your car. Call Amerifile 762-8087 or Amerifile.com.
It's time to rise and grind. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin.
Even if you weren't playing the best, which Mitchell Trubisky was not at the beginning of the year, even though the defense was stepping up their game to a different level and making him look decent, you're still undefeated. I don't understand why you get benched for Nick Foles at that time. And we're seeing it across multiple landscapes of different teams. When that relationship becomes fractured, that's hard to get back. And I think that relationship between Trubisky and Matt Nagy, the way Matt Nagy handled that with a guy like Nick Foles, that he brought in to say, hey, let's steal this thunder, I don't think you just get that back. So for anybody that's like, oh, why we sign Andy Dalton? We could have got Mitchell Trubisky. I'm sitting there saying, if I'm Mitchell Trubisky, I don't want to go back to Chicago. Clearly. Why do I want to go back to Matt Nagy? I want nothing to do with you. You go ahead and you take all that bad karma and you keep it right there.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
buy flowers, and grow potential in kids. Right now, you can support Big Brothers Big Sisters in the Quad Cities by placing any size order by April 19th. A wide variety of flats, hanging baskets, and potted plants. Plus, if you spend $50 or more, you can have your order delivered to your home for free. Or you can pick it up at our drive-thru. Pickup and delivery is May 5th and 6th. Place your order today at plantsale.org. That's plantsale.org. Support kids in our community with Big Brothers Big Sisters.
From the first pitch to the final out, this is your home for the Chicago White Sox. ESPN 1170.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Don't Hassle Us Local today.
1 o'clock here, Tuesday, April 6th, 2021. Here in the Hassle Castle. Beautiful day in the Quad Cities. We're going to call Mike from Hidden Hills, talk to him about some golf out there, check in with his DFS, what he likes for the Masters, and anyone else we should keep an eye on for long shots from our friends from Elite Sportsbook. And then when we come back from that, I'll give you the codes for our cash contest. Reminder that ESPN 1170 is giving your chance to win $1,000 cash or a grand prize of $10,000. Starting now, there are 10 chances to win each day, and winning is as easy as listening for the code words and coming back to the app, the ESPN 1170 AM app. So download the ESPN 1170 AM app wherever you download things. At the very top, when you see it there, it says win cash, and your chance to win $10,000 right there. At the bottom, it says enter your code words here. Every day we'll give you code words, and so after we talk to Mike, we will give you those code words and all the fun stuff that comes along with the chance to win $1,000 and the grand prize of $10,000.
Boy, is this great. I sure hope he answers, Jay.
I do too.
Hidden Hills Golf Course.
Mike, how's it going today, bud?
Hey, what's happening over there?
Well, not a whole lot. We're just excited about golf. The Masters is a little over a day away. And Jay's just chomping at the bit. He's been listening to golf podcasts and everything.
He's not lying.
Wow, you're prepared then. You're excited, and
I'm not
hopeful.
fully prepared, but I feel like I'm dipping my toes in the water, and I will end up being a little bit more knowledge about what's going on than the average golf fan. That's for certain.
That's about all you need, right?
That's about all I need. Right now, before we jump in anything and talking about how are things, let's talk about Hidden Hills. Let's talk about some of the players in the Masters, and then we'll do our DFS. What's going on at Hidden Hills? Beautiful day out there. How's the course looking?
Course is coming along great. You know, the grass is starting to grow. 80 degrees today, sunshine. We've got leagues coming up next week is the start. We've got our Tuesday league on every Tuesday night.
Yeah, you got the Spark Golf League too.
That's also, we've got two of them. We've got a two-man league our course puts on, and then Spark Golf League is right after that at 5 o'clock. So you could play in one, both, whatever you want to do. Just call us. We can set you up.
Yeah, like Mike said, go ahead and give them a call at Hidden Hills. Number out there is 563-332-5616. So I'm sure you got a lot of people out there golfing today. Is Bogey just going crazy, greeting all the golfers?
Oh, yeah, he is. You know, it gets a little warm for him on days like this. He's got to find the shade.
Yeah.
And, he goes in and out, and then he's got to take a nap for a couple hours. So
of course.
Him.
Yeah, but it's good to see Bogey going around there. All right, so, yeah, you guys got your golf leagues coming up. We're still doing the spring rates?
Yeah, spring rates are probably going through this weekend, and then, you know, we'll maybe start regular rates next week. Just kind of depends on weather and conditions, so be alert with that. So, and then we've got our spring fling. Our first 4-man is on the 18th, 8 a.m. shotgun. Call the clubhouse. We can set you up.
Yeah, right on. And you guys are still doing season passes and all that fun stuff that you can do too, right?
That is correct.
All right, that's Hidden Hills, located at 4335 Indiana Avenue, just north of the TBK-plex. If you need any more information about what Mike's talking about, go to hiddenhills-golf.com. You can look up all the stuff that they have going on there. All right, the field going on at the Masters this week. The favorites. What?
It's loaded this week.
It's loaded. The favorite going into Thursday is Dustin Johnson.
Pick him. We got him.
Jordan Spieth is a favorite as well. Then Shambo. Then Justin Thomas at 10-1. John Rahm at 12-1. Brooks at 15-1. McIlroy at 15-1. Patrick Cantlay at 18-1. And Tony Finau at 20-1. Is there anybody that I haven't mentioned on the outside looking in a longer shot that you're looking at this just to win? If there's anything to put like a few dollars on to make a little lottery ticket. Kind of like when I put money on the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. Just
Hey, don't do it again, Jay. Just be quiet with that.
Is there anybody out there that you like?
Well, there's a lot that I like.
Mm-hmm.
You said Justin Thomas.
Yeah, he's got the fourth best odds. He's a 10-1 though. I like that play.
You know, when it comes to the Masters, rarely does somebody come out of that top 8, top 10 tier to come win it. I don't have the stats, but I would just guess every 5th year it would happen. But usually there's only like 8 to 12 guys who can win it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just listed them. If I was gonna bet on one guy that's not in those top 10, I've always liked Justin Rose.
Okay.
For whatever reason, he's calm. He's got major potential. He's won a few. I just feel like if you're going to pick a guy outside that top 10 or 8, that's the guy.
I like that at 65-1. That's spicy. Let me throw out someone that I've been talking about all day. Stop rolling your eyes. Sergio Garcia.
Yeah. No, it's a coin flip. I would rather take Rose, but Sergio for sure. He's right there in the conversation. There's no doubt about that.
All right, here's some from what you're talking about right there. I'll give you some names. You tell me if you like Rose better or them, okay? Tyler Hatton.
Who better?
If you like Tyler Hatton or Justin Rose better.
Rose.
Jason Day.
Rose.
Matthew Wolff.
Rose.
Wasn't Matthew Wolff the character in, I can't remember the television show. Anyway, he's a real person and a golfer too. All right. T-Roy, we just talked about this guy. How do I say his last name? Louis what?
Oosthuizen.
Okay. Do you like the Louis O or Justin Rose better?
I do love Oosthuizen, and he always does well.
He does.
But I don't think he will win.
Great on social media, Max Homa.
I think it's his first time. I don't think so.
Okay. Abraham Answer.
No.
Bubba Watson.
I'd still take Rose.
All right. And then finally, Francisco Molinari. See, I know some names.
I still take, I like Rose a lot.
I hear you, yeah. So I like the idea of just taking $10 and turning it into $650 for just a long shot. Kind of like the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl.
Don't be bringing that up again, man.
Or my Twins to win the World Series. How's that?
See, I hope you jinx your team.
All right. Yeah, there's, like I said, so you said that usually like the top 8 that I listed, though, that's usually where a winner's going to come out of?
Yeah, not every year, but, most likely the Augusta is just kind of a different kind of course. And once you get to play it and you're good at it, like, it just always seems like those guys are playing like a par 69 rather than what the par is, just with those par 5s, just because they're on the easier ends.
Gotcha. All right, the last one that's in the top 8. Did I mention Tony Finau?
Yeah.
Okay, I mentioned Tony. All right. So on the outside looking into that top 8 is Xander.
Scheffler.
Yeah. Morikawa, Patrick Reed, Daniel Berger. That's, yeah.
Those
kind of
four
drops
are
off from there.
super strong. Even Schauffele, I would take him maybe over Rose, but I doubt what are his odds? Probably 25, 30.
20-1.
20-1.
I don't like it. His metrics don't stand up for. Don't roll your eyes. I'm telling you, the metrics. I listen to these guys that are pulling out stats.
One podcast doesn't make you an expert.
It doesn't make me an expert, but I have expertise at retaining knowledge that I listen to.
Okay.
So he's not on my list. So Xander's not on it. He will not be circled in my Harrington's Pub pool. Do you get into pools for Masters?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, gambling on golf is new to me, so I didn't know there was all this. I didn't know there was a world to this.
The fun one is where you draft the tiers. You know, you got your top 10 players in the year, or the top 10 players in the world. You select one. And then the second tier is your 11 through 20, and then it goes down, and you get 6 guys. And it's similar to the DraftKings, where except you're not using money, you're not paying them. You're selecting in each tier. So, you know, Spieth will probably be a hot pick because he's probably in the 3rd tier. I don't know where he's on the world rankings, but and then you can just go on from there. And then if you miss the cut, you got to take the worst score Saturday, Sunday. So the idea is to have everybody make the cut.
All right. Well, you mentioned DraftKings. Let's do our DFS. I have one in there already. T-Roy has one in there. Now we're going to put in the official one from Hidden Hills and Mike from Hidden Hills. What do you have for me?
I'm going same route. You know, we almost paid off last week. We did pick the winner.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a couple guys kind of screw the poop.
That's right.
Eric wasn't happy with that.
No.
But then we're close. It's fine. We picked the winner. I feel like we picked the winner this week.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do the 2 top tiers. I'm going with the DeChambeau and Dustin Johnson on the same team.
Booyah. All right. So we got those out. That takes out a lot of money there right away.
Oh, just take the big chunk.
Yeah. Took out about 22-3 is what we just took out there. Okay. Now where are we going?
And then I'm going to go with Corey Connors.
All right. Corey Connors, 12, 15 cuts, 5 top 10s, 6.9 is going to cost us. All right, Corey Connors, in.
And then I'm going to go with Bez Zudenhout.
Uh-huh. See, T-Roy? I like that pick. 8 of 8 cuts. Yep. He's in. Now we got 2 spots left, and we're averaging around 7,050 left. So roughly we have 14,100 left for 2 guys.
Real quick, what is Rose? What is his money value?
7.2.
All right, can't afford him. So,
but hey, do you know he's listed as questionable?
What? I know. I saw that cue. So well,
he's in the official field though.
You got to keep an eye on that.
Okay. But so, you can take Rose. You could still take Rose.
I mean, I'd wait till Wednesday night before.
Right. But I'm telling you now, you can take Rose. You just have to find someone that's around at like, it would be at 6,900.
Well, I'm going to take a value pick at Phil Mickelson.
Ooh.
66.
66, okay. And then that leaves you 7.5. So,
you know, I want to pick Rose, but I don't. We can switch this Wednesday night, correct? Or just before the tournament.
Yeah, you can text me,
Yeah, put Rose in, and then let's keep an eye on Rose. And if not, I'm going to go with Poulter.
Okay. All right, we're in. For the good old-fashioned DFS. Huh?
You're in with Rose.
Yep. It Rose, and then I'll text you, and if we say it's out, then you said I'm going to put in Poulter, right?
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on him because, next couple of days be a big turn.
Yeah, we'll know by then. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the worst part is if he pulls out after the first round, though. Because it happens.
What was his injury? Do we know?
Just a back, but he's listed in the field, so, I mean, I could probably pull it up and get more information here about how bad it is.
Once you step foot on those grounds, I think all your ailments kind of disappear.
Become a competitor, yeah. All right, so do you do anything specific for the Masters?
No, I'll do like the DraftKings one, and then I'll do maybe one other one with the tier, but nothing. I don't do anything through the course.
But you don't. What I'm asking is like you don't eat pimento cheese sandwiches or anything like that.
No, I do not.
Okay.
I don't do anything like that either.
Gotcha.
I'll watch it. I'll follow it, and then if it's close on Sunday on the back nine, I'll put everything down maybe and take a look.
Right on. All right, buddy. Well, thanks for helping us with the DFS. T-Roy's got one in, I've got one in. We've got your official one in, so we get to take a look at how we do, and we'll report back to you. And I will message you on Wednesday night, and we'll figure out how Rose is looking and if you want to keep him in or not.
Can't wait.
All right, my friend. We'll talk to you soon. That's Mike at Hidden Hills Golf Course. Mike, and again, Mike, everyone can follow you at Hidden Hills GC across the board, usually for your social media, right?
That's correct.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you.
All right.
Yep.
Thanks for having me on, boys.
Yep. Talk to you soon. Bye. All right. There was Mike from Hidden Hills. Not a bad team, right?
Nah,
so
solid.
The thing is, I now I want to go back into DraftKings and see if there is a tier one that we can do. I got the itch.
Oh boy.
What do you don't? Oh boy, this is fun.
I know.
It's my $2.
I know, it's true. What am I complaining about?
Yeah, so, all right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, let's take a look at the rest of the draft that you have looking at here going forward, and eventually find the Bears a quarterback.
Since 1934, Tri-City Equipment has been your source for restaurant equipment and value. They provide everything, including restaurant equipment, refrigeration, utensils, tableware, all of the above, just name it. If you're looking to cater an event or just a gift for your home chef, you can try them online at tricityequipment.com, or please stop down to 527 West 4th Street in Davenport and let Kevin, Kurt, or Tara show you around their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom. Remember, they deliver to all Quad City residents and match online pricing, so please call them today, 563-322-5382. Showroom hours, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Tri-City Equipment, 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
We're streaking! We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium. There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Randall, the QC hot dog guy. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Renewal by Anderson.
When it came time to replace our old drafty windows, we opted for quality with style, installed by professionals.
Renewal by Anderson.
I'm Sam Hare with Renewal by Anderson. It's time to start thinking about replacing those old drafty and hard to open windows with new, energy efficient, and easy to clean windows from Renewal by Anderson. Made with our exclusive Fibrex material, which is scientifically proven to be better than vinyl. See our easy-to-clean and low-maintenance windows that'll also save you on energy. Spring is here, and so is our best deal of the year. 10% off your window or door project, or 25% off your entire house project. And we make buying easy. No money down, no payments, and no interest for 24 months. That's 2 years. Check out renewalbyanderson.com for details, or visit us at our showroom on Farmington Road.
Renewal by Anderson. We love our new windows.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Let me get right back to you. Sandra, those banners go out tonight. Can you pack them?
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
On machine 4?
Like at Monica's print shop. To fulfill orders on time, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Janae and Golick Jr.
Milwaukee built this up the right way. They built it around the superstar and built it as well as you could have, but this is starting to look more and more, should they fall short this year, like Milwaukee becoming a fancy, high-powered version of the Toronto Raptors before Kawhi got there. Meaning you can be the number one seed in the Eastern Conference during the regular season, and you're going to hit an understandable ceiling. Like, they ran into that LeBron James ceiling for years, and for Milwaukee, Giannis may have chosen a bad time to put up in the Eastern Conference and say, I'm going to make my home here, when all of a sudden James Harden and these guys came and decided to make Brooklyn their home.
People want to win now, and at some point, the criticism is going to come to Giannis, unfortunately, because he's been that successful so early. And they're like, well, when are you going to win? Hopefully it's this year, because then it'll quiet all those critics. But I don't know about that with Brooklyn out there and Joel Embiid out there. I don't know about that, though.
Shanae and Golick Jr., 3 to 6 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Hey, do you have time to go to Vegas with me?
Time? Yes. Extra money to pay for the flights? No.
No, not Vegas. I'm talking about Vegas, right here in the Quad Cities.
I've never heard about Vegas. Tell me more.
Oh, they're safe and secure gaming cafes with 6 locations.
What kind of games do they have there? And they've got beer, right?
They have the latest games provided by Gem, and yes, beer.
Sounds like I'm going to save on flights, have fun, and win big.
To find out more about their locations and hours they're open, visit VegasGamingCafeIL.com.
The Max Kellerman Show.
What the hell is the excuse in Chicago? That football crazy city, that Super Bowl starved town. What is the excuse for 35 years and you can't get quarterback right? Quarterback? You got 1 year where you're like, damn, that's a real good quarterback they have. Bears fans are tweeting, texting. If the Bears starting quarterback is Andy Dalton, by the beginning of the year, I'm no longer a Bears fan. I'm embarrassed to be a Bears fan. Signing Andy Dalton is like scoring own goal. I'm not going to watch a single Bears game next season. Oh, it's like they're all the same. Bears fans have had it. By the way, Jets fans shouldn't be far behind. We've barely been any better with the Jets in terms of quarterbacks. And in recent years, even less success as a team.
The Max Kellerman Show. Weekdays at 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
So you say you're in the market for a truck or sedan. Maybe your family needs a minivan. Perhaps you just want a little coupe. Well, you can find them all at Weber Auto Group. WeberAutoGroup.com.
Visit Weber Auto Group's brand new showroom in Silvis. They have vehicles based on what you want or need this spring savings season. With over 260 vehicles in stock, ride off in the car of your dreams.
WeberAutoGroup.com.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBLB Davenport, a Town Square media station.
Welcome back, everybody, to the greatest show on earth, hands down. Don't hassle us, local Jaybird T-Ray.
Where are my... There we are. All right, remember I said when we come back from break, we were going to give you the codes for the cash contest. All you have to do is go to the app, download the app, ESPN 1170 AM. When you pull it up at the very top, it will say your chance to win $10,000 cash is here. So every time you enter one of these words, every day when we give them to you, you have more chances to win. So I'm going to give you 10 words right now. So for Tuesday, April 6th, 2021, your first word is camera. C-A-M-E-R-A. Camera.
Let's see. Camera. I say Kodak.
Okay. You're going to do the first word that comes to your mind.
Yep.
Okay. Word number 2, flash. F-L-A-S-H. Flash.
Gordon.
Good one. Third word for the cash contest for Tuesday, April 6th, net. N-E-T.
Earnings.
All right. Fourth word, I-E-Y-E.
Glasses.
Fifth word, staple. S-T-A-P-L-E.
Bread.
Bread.
It's a staple.
Sixth word, boots. B-O-O-T-S.
Young.
Next word, cowboy. C-O-W-B-O-Y.
Horse.
Mm-hmm. Eighth word, jump. J-U-M-P.
Van Halen.
Absolutely. Jump. Ninth word, shampoo. S-H-A-M-P-O-O. Shampoo.
Suave?
No, it's man, I can't.
Okay.
We'll just say Pert.
Sure. And then finally, Sink. S-I-N-K. Sink. Drown. All right. So those are your words. Go to the app, put those in, and you'll enter to win cash. All right. So yesterday we did the draft, and we looked at the first round. Hit me with what we might be waiting for in the second round coming up.
So in the second round, Jacksonville starts this off, right? They are the team that's had two picks in the first round. Jeez, I can't even talk. So they took Trevor Lawrence in Troy's draft and Jalen Mayfield, and they did the same thing in Emily's draft. So just to give you a rundown. So here I had a lot of different needs for Jacksonville. Defensive end was one of them. They already filled quarterback and offensive tackle. So I have them taking edge rusher out of Tulsa, Zayvon Collins.
You all right there?
Yeah, sorry. Got a horse in my throat. Anyway, all right, moving on to the Jets, Bird. Another team that had 2 picks in the first round. They took quarterback Zach Wilson. Emily had him taking the same. And at 23, Emily had him taking Travis Etienne, and I had him taking Kwity Paye, edge rusher out of Michigan. Well, at 34, I have them taking running back Travis Etienne. So wait a little bit, get the same guy that they had there, get the edge rusher that they need. They have a lot of needs, so we'll see how they go. I think in this mock draft that I've been following, they end up getting at 66 is their next pick. They get Walker Little in this one, and that's somebody that Emily had pretty high up in hers. So if they can pull that off and still get Walker Little in the third round, the Jets are looking good. So congrats to them. Atlanta at 35. They took Penny Sewell in the first round. They need defensive end help here. They get the edge rusher out of Texas, Joseph Osai. And then the third team to have 2 picks in the first round, Miami. At number 6, they took Kyle Pitts in my draft. At 6 in Emily's, they took Devonta Smith. And then at 18, I had him taking Najee Harris. Emily had them taking Walker Little. I have Miami taking offensive tackle Samuel Cosme out of Texas. All right, moving on to pick number 37, the Philadelphia Eagles. At 12 previous, I had Jalen Waddle. Emily had him taking Micah Parsons. And at 37, I have him taking edge rusher out of Pittsburgh, Patrick Jones II. And then 38 Birds, Cincinnati Bengals. Your Bengals. They took Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
At number 5 overall. Emily had him taking Elijah Vera Tucker there. I still think they're looking for a weapon early, so that's why I had him going with Jamar Chase, reuniting him with your boy. But they still need to protect their investment, right? They signed Riley Reef. I haven't taken offensive tackle Alex Leatherwood out of Alabama here. All right, Carolina Bird. Making the big trade, the big moves. Emily and I both had them taking Justin Fields originally. I have now switched that to Micah Parsons. But they need help in the secondary as well. And I have them taking a cornerback here. And they're getting the nice-sized corner out of Georgia, Eric Stokes.
Okay.
All right. At 40, the Denver Broncos. I originally had him taking Micah Parsons. I switched that up. They're now taking Justin Fields. Emily had some taking Patrick Surtain. Nothing wrong with that pick. All good options for them. I now have him taking Justin Fields, like I said. And to help protect that investment, they get the offensive tackle out of Notre Dame, Liam Eichenberg.
Okay.
All right, and now to Detroit. They were at 7. They got Devontae Smith in my draft. Emily had him taking wide receiver as well. She had him taking Jamar Chase. I have them taking defensive tackle. It's one of their needs. He is, depending on who you look at, he's the top 1 or 2 graded defensive tackles in this draft. Out of Washington, Levi on Wazuriki. I think I'm saying that right.
Hey, it's kind of like my boy. Yeah, I like it.
I
like it. I like it.
All right, the Giants, Bird. They were at pick 11. I had him taking J.C. Horn. Emily had him taking Jeremiah Owusu-Karamon, a linebacker out of Notre Dame, in the first round. I have them taking a linebacker in the second round instead. And they are taking Nick Bolton out of Missouri.
Not anymore. Not when they trade that away for Teddy Two Gloves. Is he a 2-round? Is he? Come on.
I don't know. Either way, all right.
Guy thinks he's going to be playing the XFL. Come on.
At 43, the San Francisco 49ers, they at 3 overall. Emily and I both had them taking a quarterback. I chose Trey Lance. She chose Mac Jones. That being said, they need some help on the O-line to make some holes. I have them taking offensive lineman out of Oklahoma State, Creed Humphrey. That's a professional name.
Yeah, it is. That's a good name. Yeah.
All right. At 44, my Dallas Cowboys. Emily and I both had him taking a cornerback. Patrick Surtain, her, J.C. Horn. I can live with either one. I think they're both very talented. I hope it's Patrick Surtain. But Iowa getting the third best defensive lineman in this draft.
Iowa.
I mean, Dallas.
Dallas, okay.
Getting the third best defensive lineman in this draft out of Iowa.
Okay.
Davion Dixon. Going to the Cowboys.
All right.
So excited about that.
Yeah.
Worked out so nice for me. I love when I get in my own drafts.
Yep.
At 45, Jacksonville with their 4th pick in this draft. I have them taking tight end Pat Freiermuth out of Minnesota.
Okay.
So this is going to be Trevor Lawrence's team right here. Trevor Lawrence, he gets protection from Jalen Mayfield. They get an edge rusher, and now he gets Pat Freiermuth.
Mm-hmm.
Big tight end. I think Jacksonville has something growing there, Jay.
I think so.
All right, the Patriots, Bird, at 46. Now, in the first round, I had them taking Mac Jones. Emily had them taking Trey Lance. So we're in agreement. So taking a quarterback.
They're going to get a quarterback.
And you know Belichick. They're
going to trade up to 4 and get him.
He likes guys from small schools.
Mm-hmm.
And he's taking Dylan Reduns out of North Dakota State, the offensive tackle. Now the Chargers, 13. She had him taking a tackle in Penny Sewell. I have him taking Rashawn Slater. And then they, at 47, are going to take cornerback from Georgia, Tyson Campbell. So both Georgia cornerbacks go in the second round.
All right.
Campbell and Stokes. At 49, Arizona, they previously picked at 16. Emily and I both had them taking Caleb Farley. Farley. I have them taking edge rusher out of Washington, Joe Tryon. And then Miami with their 4th pick in the top 50.
Oh, my gosh.
4 picks in the top 50. So, the Dolphins already have Kyle Pitts. They already got Najee Harris. They already got offensive tackle Samuel Cosme.
We got to go defense.
They are not going defense,
No.
Jay. They're going to solidify that line because
Okay.
Najee Harris is going to be Rookie of the Year, like I told you. And they're bringing on offensive lineman Landon Dickerson. All right. At 51, the football team. Round 1, I had them taking offensive tackle Christian Darrisaw.
Yeah.
Okay. Emily had them taking offensive tackle Samuel Cosme. I still think they're going to work on that O-line even more. I have them taking Wyatt Davis out of Ohio State.
Okay.
Okay.
Love it.
And now, Bird.
Mm-hmm.
Your team.
But it is a team. It's on my radar.
The Chicago Bears.
I should just get 12 teams and then just put on a clock. And as the clock goes around, I just get to talk about that team.
Now, Emily had him taking a wide receiver here, Kadarius Toney, which is a great pick. I had him going O-lineman, Elijah Vera Tucker, because I knew at 52.
Yeah.
This guy was going to be available.
Hit me with it.
And he's going to be learning behind the big red.
I'm going to be so excited.
They're taking Kyle Trask.
I know. I love it. I'm so excited.
There you go, Bear fans. Your quarterback of the future coming in the second round.
1 hour away from the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
According to Emily.
Yeah.
He just had a bad game against LSU and blew it away. So, Kyle Trask to Chicago.
To the Bears. And I might want to change that 51 with Wyatt Davis, but they're not taking a quarterback there.
Andy, Kyle, and Nick. Just 3 guys starring in the remake of 3 Men, a Little Baby. They're just going to live together in an apartment in downtown Chicago on Michigan Avenue. 3 Men and a Little Baby.
I think Andy's married.
Andy, Nick, and Kyle.
Hey.
3 of the whitest names ever.
Howdy-ho, Cal.
No, that's
so that rounds out everything from at least my top 52 picks.
I love it. No, that's fantastic.
You don't know how many times I erased and did all this just to get it. I don't know. I just stopped. I'm like, this is it. I'm stopping here.
I like how you cross-reference different sites based on needs, and when they kind of had the same one, then you like bumped it up to where it should be and everything.
Well, see, I wrote it in pencil first,
and
then if it matched the next site, I highlighted that in yellow, and then the next site I put a dot of orange, and then the other site a dot of blue. So if you have
pencil, highlight, blue, and orange dots,
those are a lot of needs.
Yeah, they're all in agreement there.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure. I don't know when.
See, I could see Washington possibly taking a safety there too.
Oh, okay.
And right now it's a debate between whether it's Jevon Holland or Andre Sisco. Holland out of Oregon, Sisco out of Syracuse.
Speaking of Washington, and I don't know for certain because I got caught up down this rabbit hole of looking at other things about the team names, and she brought up the Sentinels that she wants them to be, and I looked up trademarked, and I think it is, but I cannot for 100% say it. But there is a man that has a ridiculous amount of trademark names for the Washington former Redskins. He's been doing it since 2006. They asked how much it would pay. They said, like, how much have you paid for all these trademarks? And he's like, it's about the same as, like, going to a game, a ticket to a game, food, and some drinks for, like, I don't know, like 6 seasons or whatever else. That's how much he's paid. But he has an obscene amount. Like, and it really is not like I'm holding this hostage. He, like, he's a Washington football fan, has been his entire life. So he didn't want a random person coming in and doing it and holding it hostage from the team itself. So he's obviously, I guess in the end, the only thing he would do is just be like, hey, here's all I paid out, compensate me this or whatever else. But I know the Pigskins were on that list of one of the names he had. And that article came out like a year ago before they decided to lift the Washington football team. But yeah, I would assume that movie theater has the trademark rights to the Sentinels that did the not to take away from your draft, but you brought up Washington and just reminded me of the story that I started reading about.
Who has the trademark to Sentinels?
This gentleman, I forget, but I mean, it's not like it's hard to find because it was in the history yesterday during the show.
So and he has the name Sentinels too.
You know what? That's the only thing. It never all the ones that they listed on there. They never said much about. They never said much about who was. All right, so this was written is updated. This is written almost a year ago in July. So his name's Philip Martin McCauley, 61 years old, and he's been a fan of the franchise since the 80s. Joe Theismann is his favorite player in franchise history, and his goal is to simply get the team to change its name. So he said, quote, I want them to change the name and embarrassed if I did anything that slows that down. He tweeted on Tuesday last week. I thought if I hoarded all the good names, that would keep someone else who might be a pain in the neck from getting them. So he's out there. He has them trademarked. He had the forefront to thinking this through. So he said did I say 2006? He said his first trademark was in 2015. Maybe I had the 6 because of 6 years. And while he has lost count himself, a search of the U.S. Trademark and Patent Office website shows that he holds trademarks for names such as the Washington Monuments, Washington Red Tails, Washington Veterans, Washington Red Wolves, and Washington Warriors. Despite holding trademarks for a number of potential team names, McCauley said that he offered them for free in writing on July 4th. However, he said that he has not been contacted by the team of the NFL. Come on, do it right. He's been doing it, yeah. He said basically, how much has it cost on that? He said less than someone would pay to go to home games for 6 years for tickets, parking, and refreshments. So basically, since he's been doing it for 6 years, it hasn't been costing as much as if he was going to all the home games and everything else. And he's just trying to help team out, but doesn't look like the team wants his help. Let's keep it as a Washington football team, I guess. I don't know. I know I put this thing on here, and I put on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. Yesterday, Frank Garza put on Twitter, there's a big announcement. Luka's going to be on CNBC at 1:45 today. From what I understand from sources, that it's going to be him announcing a deal probably for an NFT digital trading card, crypto art.
All right.
And I know Topps is getting involved in this now. We talked about these cards before, also like the highlight moments and everything else. So these basically would be his rookie card. I don't know how much Luka Garza's NFT digital crypto art rookie card's going to be worth, but if that's the announcement, it's be on in 5 minutes.
I think I missed the Raiders.
The Raiders? Who do you have?
48.
Okay. I think you did.
Yeah, the Raiders. I have them taking Jamin Davis.
Jamin Davis.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take our second break. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the DFS slate that we have going on today, and a little bit more that I want to talk about, just about sports talk radio in general that I've been listening to lately. But first, I want to remind you about Tim Hernandez. He's brokered by eXp Realty, and he's licensed in both Iowa and Illinois. Tim's a friend of mine, and I've known him for quite some time, since he started coaching youth wrestling, and I was coaching youth wrestling as well. And since then, I've gotten to know him, and he has been in this area for quite some time, been in the real estate market in this area since 2007, so he knows his stuff. He specializes in residential home buying and selling, and he also helps investors locate investment properties. So if you want to invest some money into a home, go ahead and call Tim at 563-508-7221. He also assists with property management. Maybe you already have some property and you're tired of getting the rent checks or finding people to lease. Maybe finding the right lawn service for your place. Tim will assist you with that. Call him at 563-508-7221. And he also will help on rehabs on flips. Allow him the opportunity to assist you with your next real estate transaction. Like I said, licensed in both Iowa and Illinois. Call Tim, 508-7221. We'll be right back. Don't hassle us. We're local here on ESPN 1170 AM.
This is Brian Rothenberger, radio guy for the Quad City Storm. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Looking for a job with a stable company where hard work and good attitudes are rewarded with advancement opportunities? XPAC in Milan, Illinois, the Quad City's leading logistics provider, has immediate openings on the first and second shifts. Start your career and enjoy attendance incentives, great benefits, and teamwork that makes a difference. Make XPAC your new work family. Apply online at xpac.com. That's XPAC.com. XPAC is an equal opportunity employer.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to getlocalcustomersnow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit getlocalcustomersnow.com. Getlocalcustomersnow.com.
Nissan believes you deserve a car that thrills you. So we have to ask, does your car thrill you? When you hit the pedal, do you get something back? A chill in your spine? Goosebumps on your goosebumps? When you take off, do your fingers tighten around the steering wheel? Does your heart beat in your stomach and your breath catch in your chest? Does driving make you feel alive? Because it should. And if your car doesn't thrill you, ours will. This is the new Nissan.
Mike Greenberg, Greeny.
Did you see how much money Fernando Tatis just signed for? 14 years, $340 million. If you have a child with athletic ability, make sure that kid plays baseball. By the way, while you're at it, tie his right arm behind his back and make sure he's left-handed, because then he might become a pitcher.
Greeny, 9 till 11 on ESPN 1170.
I am so tired of everyone talking shirt, but they've got no idea what they're talking about.
Whoa, what are you talking about?
Every time I try to order shirts, I get a company who has no idea what they're doing. My orders are always messed up, and you can never get a hold of anybody when you need help with something.
I think I have a solution. QC Custom Tees. They're in Silvis. I've been using them for years. They love to talk shirts. This time of year, they love to talk hoodie, too.
Ah, good one. What makes QC Custom Tees so different?
They actually care about me. Their communication's amazing. Their products are always great quality, and anytime I have an issue with something, they're quick to respond and fix it. They take customer care to the next level.
So if I wanted to experience this red carpet treatment, how do I get a hold of them?
You can go to their website, qccustomtees.com, or find them on Facebook. If you ask me, they're the best shirt talkers in the QC.
Screen printing, embroidery, banners, or anything else custom printed, qccustomtees.com. Pros at talking shirt.
Your home of the Chicago White Sox, MLB, NBA, NFL, and the Iowa State Cyclones. Check out our full play-by-play schedule on ESPN1170am.com and never miss a moment of the action. Only from the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170.
From the gridiron to the 9-iron, experience the thrill of the game anywhere in Iowa with Elite Sportsbook. You can now sign up for Elite Sportsbook on your phone anywhere in Iowa and receive your first bet risk-free, up to $500. Just visit EliteSportsbook.com to create an account, and your first bet is on us, up to $500. It's time to play your game with Elite Sportsbook. For a limited time only, valid only in Iowa. Must be 21. Visit EliteSportsbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Your home of the Chicago Cubs, MLB, NBA, NFL, and the Iowa State Cyclones. Check out the full play-by-play schedule on ESPN1170am.com. Only from the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170. Your home for the NFL. This is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back. Don't Hassle So Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. Just wrapping up the last 15 minutes of the show here on Tuesday, April 6th. We've gone through the draft. We recapped the mock draft from yesterday. We've got the second round all the way through to pick 52, where we ended up with finally the Bears landing their quarterback of the future in Kyle Trask. Thanks for T-Roy doing that. Also this hour, we talked to Mike from Hidden Hills. He gave us our DFS lineup for the Masters that we're getting geeked up for as well.
And I did make a change at 51 for all you Washington football team fans. I changed that to safety Javon Holland after second thought.
Okay. I did do a DFS, but it was all the game, not the games during the day. So my lineup excluded the Minnesota-Detroit game, Atlanta and the Nationals game, and Houston and the Angels game. So I had roughly 11 different games to go through. I told you guys that I'm going to, as far as when hitters are going, I want to go against pitching staffs that are not very good, even though they're tied for the division, the Central right now. I would go against the Cincinnati Reds staff, the Baltimore Orioles, who are at the top of the American League East, but the Texas Rangers, anybody that's in Colorado, so I wanted the Rockies hitters when they're at home. And then I wanted to go against the Pirates, and I wanted to go against the Diamondbacks pitching. And if I was a hitter, I wanted to pitch against these type of lineups: the Pirates, the Rangers, the Mariners, the Tigers, the Indians, the D-backs, and the Marlins. Looking for type of value, Tyler Glasnow had a great start last week. Boston's not playing its best. I'm just trying to have lightning strike twice. I went with Tyler Glasnow in this DFS that I went with at 9-1. Then I tried to go a little bit cheaper and look for someone that I wanted to go against possible bad lineups. So I took Tanner Roark who's throwing for the Blue Jays against Texas. Then this is the guy here. This Mercedes from the White Sox, who somehow gets listed as a catcher, even though he's like a catcher in like 90% of fantasy leagues, but he's actually a DH. He's this rookie. It's come out of like the Puerto Rican leagues. He plays for the White Sox. Listen to his game logs that he's had so far. He is 12 of 18, 4 runs scored, a home run with 3 doubles and only 2 strikeouts. And he's cheap. So he's hitting .667 on the year. So he's my guy every time that he's going to be in there. I went Nate Lowe in there for the Texas because he's going against the Blue Jays. And he's cheap, but he's been on fire too. Again, a lot of guys, when you're going cheap, but you got to hope that they just can ride this hot wave for a little bit until they fizzle out. Ryan McMahon is going to be at my second base. He's for Colorado Rockies going against Diamondbacks. This is a stretch. I just like the dude, and I thought he was a decent price at 4-4. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Okay.
But he's in Texas, but he's going against Texas pitching. Trevor Story at shortstop. Obviously, Colorado's at home against the Diamondbacks. It's the two matchups that I want. Obviously, I said I want the hitters when Rockies are at home, and if they're on the list of pitching staffs I don't like, that's a no-brainer there for me. Randall Grichuk for Toronto against Texas Rangers. Nice even price. JD Martinez. He's had a good run so far. He's averaging 17 daily fantasy points per game. Hoping to just carry it on, even though I have Tyler Glasso on the mound against him. And then finally, Austin Meadows for Tampa Bay as well, leaving me with just shy of 400. Let's see if I can make some more money, T-Roy. Told you I'm going to get better at this as it goes on. Starting to pay attention to lineups when they're submitted and everything else, because I think I did my first 2 of the season. I had like 2 guys out each time because they didn't play because of certain reasons, and I didn't follow up.
Well, Jay.
I know, but hey, you got to put the work in.
Do you want me to send you reminders?
No. I feel good about this lineup. I mean, all you have to do is you can follow most of these teams on Twitter, and they submit all their lineups or whatever. And I get notifications when the Twins put theirs in from my Twins app because
well, look at you.
Yeah, they're actually tied
Super
right now,
fan.
1-1. So, but yeah.
Tomorrow we have a special guest.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Sent you that info. I got to get to it real quick so I can read it. But yeah, I met this gentleman on Easter. His name's Brad Dye. So he has a lot of connections to the Masters, the local Quad Cityan. So kind of give everyone a background on his story. His dad was Jack Dye, and he coached professional golfer Jim Jameson at Moline High School back in the 60s. And then he had 2 sons that worked for a sports memorabilia company that for 3 to 4 years they did the memorabilia there at Augusta. So Brad's going to come in tomorrow. He's got some really good stories about his dad coaching Jim Jameson, and some Masters fun facts from his kids and things that he's got to go do there. So
Yeah, maybe I'll wow him with my knowledge about Amen Corner.
I doubt it. He's pretty knowledgeable.
We'll
I was
see.
impressed. Well, he was telling me too. I will tell the story when he gets here, but he did some work with a talk show, radio sports talk show back a while back.
Brad or Jim Jameson?
Brad did.
Yep.
And I understand it was something with WHBF at the time. So I don't know but it was a radio thing. So this had to different era, different time. So yeah, he'll elaborate more on that. I don't want to mess it up.
Oh, it'll be fun to have him in.
Yeah.
All right, so
that's why we're local.
Yeah,
the local spin on it.
So my days relatively start early.
Yeah.
Early enough that I can listen to a podcast about golf.
No, look at
And
you.
a lot of times I listen to, and I've been listening to a lot. Usually I'm a company man. I listen to ESPN 1170, but I've been trying to listen to a lot of more fantasy stuff. And on the Sirius XM, they have a channel for fantasy, right?
Yeah.
I cannot, for the life of me, get any type of fantasy talk that is not football on this XM satellite site.
It's terrible. It's football almost 24/7. I used to listen to it.
There's no DFS. There's no Masters Golf DFS. There's no fantasy. It is completely. They're talking about. We might as well be on that station.
Yeah.
They're doing exactly what we're doing. And just they're on the fantasy today. They were talking about where's Teddy Two Gloves going to go, and breaking down the draft and what it has to. And barely was there any what this has to do for fantasy implications. It was. I'm just like, what is this? I understand we're goofy and everything else, but I seriously was like, we could be on this channel. We legitimately could be on this channel.
We're not touting ourselves as a fantasy show either.
Well, they shouldn't. Everyone that up and down the dial. I listen to it at 9 in the morning. I listen to it 9 at night. It's the same. It really shocks me.
There was one guy that used to be on there, and I can't remember where they were from, but he sounded like he ate boogers.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. They were early in the morning.
Yeah.
And there was 3 of them, and he
always had that.
Yeah. A definitely very strong East Coast sound.
Yeah. You know what I'm
and
talking about.
a lot of references to
Sounded like he was popping a booger every 2 seconds.
Yeah, and a lot of references to I know more than you because I've been playing fantasy for so long.
Yeah.
References back in the back of a rotisserie chicken house or whatever else.
Yeah.
It just that's how rotisserie started, but the name for it. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about because he had 2 other co-hosts and he always talked over him.
Yeah.
And would always come up with some weird reference of a guy that played at the Polo Grounds. Yeah. it was. I don't know why I listened to it, but at least they talked about DFS at the time.
Yeah.
I've never listened to it that much during the football season. I'm sure they're knowledgeable, but really, I mean, they shouldn't be breaking all this down right now. It should be loaded with baseball.
That's what's hot. If you're talking that, yeah.
And Masters golf, and kind of like what Mike was saying. Talk to him about the different styles of fantasy that you can do, or the different type of games. Because there was one week we got in on DFS golf, and I was like, "Oh, it was a 1-day thing. It wasn't all 4 days." And we drafted as if we were doing it for the whole entire tournament. That's how I have to now. I always look at the contest details and make sure it goes start to finish. It's not a 1-day one-off or anything.
Right.
And that's what they should be doing right now. They should be breaking down what different tournaments mean and everything else. So. I'm hoping if there is tomorrow when we do after we have him in, if there is anything, for like just let me take a look here real quick for you. There are tiers one. All right. Okay. There's 3 new things here for golf.
Right.
All right. You obviously the tiers are you
Yep.
select from each one. Then there's a snake. You snake draft a 6-player lineup.
With how many different people?
Well, I'm gonna. I tried to go into it. It just says there are no contests with your thing, so I don't know.
Well, you want to try to do a tier one real quick?
Let me take a look here. Yeah, hold on. Let's see.
Snake one would be interesting.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
Because that would be. I mean, people would be taking who they thought would be the winner, and as long as they weren't taking the guy that you wanted, you'd be pretty good.
All right, I got one for us, a tier. We'll do it before we get off the air, okay? Tier 1, DJ, Bryson, Thomas, Spieth.
DJ, Bryson, Thomas, or Spieth? I think the safe bet's DJ.
Okay. That's on our tier 1. Tier 2.
Okay.
Schauffele. Yeah. Rahm, Cantlay, Rory.
I like Rahm.
Okay. Third tier. Hovland, Simpson, Finau, Hatton. Brooks is questionable. Morikawa.
I like Morikawa.
I knew that was going to come. Berger, Smith, M. Reed, Fitzpatrick, Fleetwood, Westwood. Fleetwood, okay. Tier 5. Zalatoris.
Okay.
Neiman, Adam Scott, Garcia, Scott Scheffler, Hatsuyama, Watson.
Matsuyama?
Matsuyama.
Yeah, take Matsuyama.
All right. Yep. And then our final tier. Paul Casey, Susan. English, Answer, Horschel, Homa, Wolf, Day.
Susan. Louis always does well in this tournament.
Okay. So that's the one we're getting into.
There you go.
And
God, look at us.
Look and see, this you get me excited. This stuff, and I get excited when you get excited for golf. So upcoming, this one we're in.
I really like that lineup right there.
Do you?
Oh God, I love that lineup.
Let me give you the details of what's going to happen here.
Susan.
So this is there's only 8,917 team players that are going to get in this. That's where it's limited at. It's going to pay out to 2,305 winners. The top 2,305 and total prizes are at 7,500 total. First place gets $750. Let's win $750.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah, I think that's.
Do you know where Louis Oosthuizen's favorite place to hit is?
Straight down the fairway.
Out of the fescue.
Did you hear anything back from Dennis?
No.
Is it supposed to be? Shouldn't it be up? Does it have to be in by like midnight tonight on tomorrow night?
Yeah, midnight tomorrow night.
I have a chiropractic appointment at 3:30, which is real close to Harrington, so I think maybe I should swing by and get my ticket in.
I'm gonna get it in.
It's happy hour, right down there. Moss working happy hour.
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna stop and see Moss and fill it out with him. And right before I get my my chiropractor, I get adjusted. I got to do something with the shoulder. I can't do it anymore.
Oh
And I do not want an MRI. I do not want to even think about a shoulder surgery. So I'm hoping this chiro can pop it in. I don't care if it's like all the pain in the world like Mel Gibson has when he separates the shoulder and Lethal Weapon. I'm fully ready for it as long as I don't have this problem anymore. I want to be able to throw. All right, that's going to do it here for this day. I want to thank Mike from Hidden Hills for coming in and talking to or calling in and talking to us, and go and check out everything that has to do with Hidden Hills. You can go on the website. T-Roy, good job by you. We're gonna have a guest in tomorrow. We'll talk to Jake from Elite Sportsbook and find some more winners out there for you and some of the promotions they have up. You guys enjoy your Tuesday. It's beautiful out. It's April 6th. Have a great day. Stay safe and sanitized. Try not to cancel anything while we're gone, MLB. See you soon. Try not to trade anymore, NFL. Wait till we're right before the air, not when we leave.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB Davenport, a Town Square media station.